Hey, 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 and welcome back again to You, Me, and the Trinity's Christ Connections and Conversations. It's third Sunday, so y'all know what that means. It's Mind of a Man. Tonight we are discussing what type of man are you? Are you tried and true, or do you still have work to do? This is going to be an explosive conversation, and I can't wait to hear what the fellas got to say. Y'all know I just come on and do my spiel, and I'm going to go down and let the fellas have it. So let y'all talk a little bit. And I'm down there, so I might pop up if I don't agree with what y'all saying. But there we go. Y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves. Uh, Jay.
Lo, you got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, how are you tonight? It's good to be with you. My name is Aloysius Haley. You can call me Lo. My friends call me Lo. And I hail from Detroit, well, actually Southfield, Michigan, but it's near Detroit. I'm associate minister at Synagogue Baptist Church in Detroit, and my pastor is the Reverend J. Gaines Jr. So I'm here just sharing with my brothers and my sister, but just giving my little my half cent about the mind of a man, whatever I got left. So it's good to be with y'all.
Reverend Carlson, go ahead.
Hello. This is Carlton Worthen. I'm pastor at St. John AME Church in Eufaula, Alabama, originally from Tallahassee, Florida. I want to thank Coach Ebony and the entire gang for the invitation to be able to come and share with all of you on this evening. God bless.
And I am, of course, 1/3 of you, me, and the Trinity. I am he is I, and I will for always and will forever be your friend and your brother, Coach J. Hart, hailing from as well, Detroit, Michigan. I actually do stay in this city. I don't have the money as my dear brother Lowe has, so I can't go outside the city. I'm yet still with the tried and true Motor Cityans. But we just come here. We just come here, man. I want to thank my big brother Lowe, and of course, as always, the righteous Rev Carlton for coming on, man. I love you guys for always showing up and showing out for us, man, as you always do. But let's get into this mind of a man. My first question, and I don't want to go politics right now. I really don't want to go into what's going on right now, anything of that nature. So let me go into this. I'll do an easy one. If you could talk to your 18-year-old self, dealing with what you're dealing with now and the things that you had to deal with going up and coming up and dealing with the pandemic and whatever issues you face from 18 till now, what would you tell yourself, and or what would you tell your peer group back at that time to give them an edge on what's happening or what they should and or shouldn't do? I'll let Reverend Carlton go because he looked like he's ready to dive into this one already. He's like, "Ooh, shoot! If I could go back right
Man,
now."
I tell you, I oftentimes share with people. In fact, I even preached a message maybe about a year and a half, and it was before the pandemic, so it was over a year ago. If I would have known then what I know now. And obviously, I was building upon or reflecting on some of life's experiences. So there's quite a bit I would share with with the 18-year-old now that I'm 46. One is, listen, you have to understand that for every action, there is a reaction. And so for every decision that we make, there are also consequences that you will have to deal with. So
Say that
make your
again,
decisions very wisely. I would say
bruh.
to the 18-year-old that the decisions that you make do not only impact and affect you, but it also has an impact the decisions that you make has the potential to impact you for a lifetime. I would share with the 18-year-old, be very discerning and discriminate with how you spend your money, that there are different phases to life when it comes to finances. There's the accumulation phase, there is the preservation phase, and then there is the leaving a legacy phase. And so if you try to shortcut any of those different phases in life, it's going to, you're definitely going to feel it. I would share with the 18-year-old, choose whom you date very wisely. As Belle Biv DeVoe used to sing back in the 90s, never trust a big button to smile. Well, there's more to it than that. So you definitely want to choose very wisely whom you're dating. I'm going to stop right there because I don't want to take it all, but great question.
Lo, go ahead, man.
It didn't leave much for me to say, man. I think it summed it up with those points there, man. It's really on point with what I was going to say. I would add that don't try to be grown. Grown is waiting on you. Grown is waiting on you, and once you get grown, you can't go back to where you came from. And so it's a process. You have to go through that process. There's some things that you need to learn right now that's going to prepare you for the 45-year-old me. You have to go through these things. You have to see these things, because without you seeing and experiencing the things that you saw and experienced, the ups and downs, the trials and tribulations of what we call it, the albatrosses around your neck, there's no mature 45-year-old me, or you. I'm talking to me. There's no 40. There is no maturity in you if you don't leave the state of Michigan and go to Georgia and spend 5 years there in college, and then come back. There's no mature 45-year-old you. It's a process that you have to go through. There's some things that you have to see. There's some ups and downs, and much like Pastor Carlton, I would say manage your money wisely. Manage it. Don't just spend it frivolously on just things that make you feel good for the moment, because that's going to pass away. But you need to put some things back, and you need to start making plans for your future. It's never too early to make plans for your future. You have to just dig in and get it and make it happen. Lastly, I would say is relationships. Don't rush into a relationship. And not only that, I wouldn't commit myself to anyone right now. I would commit myself. I'm talking about the 18-year-old. Don't commit yourself to anyone. You have a long life to live. Well, you may not have a long life to live, but you have things that you're gonna experience. I mean, just a whole bunch of things. Now, if I'm talking to the 18-year-old me, I'm talking to a guy who has aspirations of playing professional baseball. All right, you're close. You're right there. You have the skills. You have the energy. You have what it takes. But you decide to go to school. Okay, fine. You need to put that on the back burner, and then get your education. Get educated, not just an education, but get educated. There's a difference. You get the books.
Huge difference.
But not only get the books, but there's some things in life that you have to experience, which are going to educate you in life. So that's what I got, man. That's all I got. And I ain't gonna say it all, because somebody else might want to expound on something.
No, that's good, man. Cause I like definitely what both of y'all said, because I don't think that we teach our children in the black culture. I don't think we teach our children enough about financial stewardship at a young age, especially like our Jewish brothers and sisters, how they adapt and mentor and mature their children in the way that should go, especially about finance and business and stuff. So that's definitely something I would say. If I could talk to my 18-year-old self, I would I would definitely tell him to live your life, not everybody else's. Um, Follow your dreams and not try to run with the pack. Um, I would definitely tell my 18-year-old self, man, go to school. Go to school. Go ahead.
And one other thing, man, I would say, I would tell my 18-year-old self, don't fall into those stereotypes. Right? And
Speak on it.
what I mean by that, I mean you're not a player. Your women are to be respected, and not that my 18-year-old self didn't do that. I'm just saying, I'll just go back and whatever group that I'm part of, the guys that I'm part of, because you hear all that type of talk or whatever. We call it locker room talk. But women are to be respected. Hey, look, the 45-year-old is telling the 18-year-old me, you're going to have 2 daughters. So who women are to be respected. Right? You're not a player. All right. Do what you're supposed to. Respect your elders. All those things is going to make a difference in your life. All right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Reverend Lowe, can I jump in on that right there?
Go ahead.
Because you brought up a valid point, and I think one of the other things that we must tell our 18-year-old selves is that you are enough. The moment that you feel that you have to begin to jump through hoops in order to impress your peers is the moment that you really begin to set yourself up for a very rough road in life, particularly when it comes to the dating scene. And I don't know any other way to say this, but I think it's awfully interesting how those who are considered the nerds when they're in their teenage years actually end up being the ones who run industry, and the ones that wanted to be the players end up punching the clock for the nerds. So definitely take your time and make sure your priorities are in order, is what I would also share with the 18-year-old.
I, and I want to piggyback off that. Not only that, man, wise counsel. Be
Yeah.
smart about the people that you run with and you get your counseling from. I was always smart enough to hang with the older guys. I was always smart enough to run with the deacons of the church, and not to say that they were the wisest of them all, but they've been there. They've
Right.
done it.
Right.
They've seen what I'm getting ready to see. They've lived what I'm getting ready to live through. So I'm always asking questions, man. I thank God for my uncle being in my life. You know, he passed away last year for COVID, man. But man, my uncle Reggie was a inspiration and a light into my life. And the stuff that he said, I promise you, everything he said was just like boom, boom, boom. I was like, hey, he ain't lying. It is out there.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Yeah.
And because like Lo said, you know, the girls is gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? You know, get you together, set you straight. Be respectable about everything that you do and stuff.
Right.
My uncle said the same thing. Um, Reverend Carlton, he was like, never trust a big button spot. My uncle said it. He was like, listen, nephew, they gonna be out there. He said, wait. The funny thing he said they gonna have what they call a Georgia peach back there.
Ah, my,
I
my, my.
said,
How did that
hey,
story?
now
How did that
mind
story?
you, now mind you, I'm 18, 19. We sitting on the porch, man, in the hood and stuff, and he like, listen, nephew, I need to talk to you about X, Y, and Z. And there you go. Brumby's in the house. What's up, Ron? How you doing, man?
What's
I'm
up,
good.
brother?
How are you all?
We
Good.
good, man. We just talking about the question is, if you haven't heard it, what would you tell if you could go back and talk to your 18-year-old self, what would you tell him? So I was just telling them my uncle sat me down on a porch and was talking about the big butts and the smiles, like Reverend Carlton was just talking about, making sure you. And it's not to watch out for them. It's just to say, bro, they out there, and it's tempting, and don't get fooled by the trickery and the foolery of it, man. Just slow down, take your time, get your
Just
mind
remember that's how Samson got.
man. That's
That's true.
I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that. Don't be like Samson, get got. you know. But Ron,
Laying
this
your
is over.
head in places he didn't have no
I
business laying his head.
Yana, yada, ita.
Oh my God.
Ron,
Mom and
Okay.
you
daddy
should
didn't
go
know what
back,
they was talking about. No, son,
man.
you don't want to go over there.
No, you sure don't, man. Hey, Solomon said it too. Solomon said, "Hey, be wise. Don't
Yeah.
go over there." He said, "Cause her lips will take you to take you to places that you don't want to go."
That's right.
Well, he should
Or
have
leave
said
you
them
with a
lips and
package
them
you don't
hips.
want to carry, or leave you with a
Ah,
package you don't want to carry for the rest of your life.
my.
And she had a big booty and a smile.
Oh,
Well,
right.
the only problem with that whole scenario was listening to Solomon, who had so many wives and concubines. I don't know. May not have been the best person to give that advice because he sure didn't listen to himself.
You know what? And that was the crazy thing. The what? Him and his daddy was something else, man. Some of the most smartest, intelligent men in the Bible for what they did and what they said and the contributions that they gave to the word. But it's like, y'all life sucked. Y'all
But
done did some.
you know something, Coach Low. I mean, not Lord. Yeah, I just say Coach Low. I go ahead and say Coach Low.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Coach
Um,
Low.
I think this is really interesting, and I'm especially concerned with this era that we now find ourselves living in with reality TV and social media. And what a lot of young people do not understand is that even though it is called reality TV, there are still storylines, and they
Right.
are living lifestyles that a average income is simply not going to be able to live up to.
Hey, say
And
that
so we
again.
have
Say
to
that again.
understand, there are no shortcuts. You can't expect to have the assets that your parents have, and you're 18, 19, 20 years old, and they've been at this thing longer than you've been on planet Earth.
That's
And
why
it's
it's a
taken
process.
them that long to acquire. It is a process,
Mhm.
exactly. It is a process. And Jay, we have to learn how to be disciplined in all that we do.
But let me ask y'all a question. Where did they get that this mindset that the world owes them something? Our young men feels like they just got to go to the interview and they just supposed to get it because they showed up to the interview, or they mama should just go ahead and buy them a new car because I'm your son and you should want me to have. What happened to the hustle? What happened to the go get it? What happened to the grind? I know when I was younger, I was cutting grass at 10, 11 years old.
Man, I was selling blow pops in school, those little things with the little sugar and the little straw. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Dixie
man.
Cinnamon
Stros.
sticks, toothpicks. I mean, we were hustling, getting
Blow
it however
pop.
we could.
It was always a hustle. It was always a
And
hustle.
annihilators also.
Ah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Look.
because I had a newspaper route at 8 years old in the neighborhood,
I had
Right,
one of
right.
them.
and I would have to let my friends be outside play while I went to work
Yeah, that's what we
and drop
did.
them newspapers off. And then I was selling school supplies at school. I had pencils, erasers, ink pens. We had to hustle back then. I mean, we had no silver spoons
Silver
like
spoon.
that.
I only
So
seen
we
it
had
on
to
the
hustle.
TV.
Right.
Shoot,
We had to
that's it.
hustle for what we wanted. Now, in my 8 year old self, I stand in the military. When I went
Hey,
in, I got too soon. I'd be like, man, be retired.
you're breaking up, bro. You're breaking up.
Ryan, you breaking up. Hold on. Okay, hold on. So let me ask this question. If you could get 10 young men from the ages of 17 to 21 in a room, what is the conversation from a man's point of view? What is the conversation that you would have with them and why? I'll
Like
start
right
with,
now?
yeah,
You mean
Lo,
right
I'll
now?
start with you. Yeah. If
Well,
you had 10 guys.
all right, 10 guys. The first thing is understand what being a man is, man. That's the first thing we have to get on the table. What is being a man? And man, being a man is not about, you um dogmatic or necessarily over anything or anybody. But being a man is more of being self-assured. You have self-confidence in yourself and you understand who you are, not only spiritually, but just any other thing. You understand who you are and what you stand for. Being a man means you standing for something. Being a man is taking care of yourself and those around you, making sure your peers, your family members are doing the right things, not getting into trouble, not slacking off in what they supposed to be doing, giving them advice that is true and is true to power. They have to be those type of people that's going to tell their friends what it is that they need to hear, not what they want to hear. They got to be those guys, man, that's going to step up and say, okay, I'm going to do this, whatever. If it's hard, I got to go through the process, Pastor Carlton. I got to go through the process. I got to make sure that I do things the right way. I got to pull my pants up. I got to try to speak properly. I got to go through these processes, man. It's just life is about process, man, and it's nothing else about it, man. You're gonna learn some things along the way, and once you learn, you put it in your memory bank, hey, and you store it for the next time. But you have to stand up for what you believe in, man. You have to stand up for what is right and what is true. As men, we have to take care of our women. We have to take care of the kids. We have to look to the future. Right now, at 17 to 21 years old, you have to look to what's going to happen ahead of time, not what's going on right now. So that's what I would start off with telling them that, man.
Yes, Carlton, I'm coming to you because you look like it. Hey, Lo, he like, ooh, pick me. Ooh, pick me. Ooh, I'm ready.
Actually,
I'm
no, I
ready.
was not like, oh, pick me. I was just like, man, Lois saying some really good stuff. And I guess really all I can do is kind of reiterate some of what he has already said, but perhaps just spin it or package it in a different way. Get your money right and your credit right. Be very, very careful with how you handle and manage credit because one bad decision has the potential to impact you for no less than 7 years. And so that's something you're going to have to walk with. On the get your money right part, as Big Mama used to say, don't spend everything you get. Always put something back for a rainy day and learn how to grow it once you've built up your rainy day reserve. The other thing that I would share is learn time management. We all will remember when we left high school and started on our college journey. There was no bell ringing at the end of a class period and a hall monitor standing in the hallway to kind of push you onto your next class. So you're going to have to learn how to manage your time. And guess what? Life doesn't give two flips that you have personal issues going on, perhaps with your family situation, other things that may be going on in your home. The expectation is still that you know how to manage and rise to the occasion. And as my mother would say, son, handle your business. And I always knew whenever my mother said, son, handle your business, that was code word for, listen, you need to go ahead and buckle up your chin strap Put your boots on and get to what it is you need to get to, and let's get it done. I would share with those individuals in that age group, walk with God. You put God first in everything. And I promise you, if we would live the Proverbs 3 life, trust in the Lord with all of thine heart, lean not to thy own understanding, in all, ALL, all caps, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. And then as you live out a godly life, there's some other things that just fall into place if you walk in it and walk by it. Live a life filled with character and integrity. I always think it's really interesting, before a bank will give you their money, loan you their money, they want to always know what kind of character you have, which goes back to one of my first points. One of the ways that your character is weighed is what your credit score looks like. And so what that tells financial institutions is, if you have crappy credit, you might have crappy integrity. Ooh, I know that stings. I know it hurts, but do what you can to honor what you say you're going to do. Those are just a few of the things I would share, Coach Jay.
Rev took a text on y'all, man. I almost ran around this couch for a second there. Shoot. Ron, what you got, man?
Man, it's already been said. They said it all. Basically, the main thing I would tell folks is leave the streets alone. They don't love you like you think they do.
Yeah, that's good. That's real good.
Oh my.
They don't love you like you think they do. They're only going to get what they can get out of you and then drop you off. Second thing I would say is be mindful. You don't want to be out here as a young man with babies all over the place. If college don't interest you, find a trade school to go to. That don't interest you, go into the military. Let them pay for your education. Let them pay for your housing. You got so many benefits that you can take advantage of in the military. Leave these women alone till you're ready, till you mature. Because at 18, 19, with all my sisters and aunties, and thought I knew, because I used to be the kid that hung out at the beauty shop with my sister because she did hair, listening to the old ladies and tell their stories, and got out here in the streets and got ran over. I moved to California from Ohio and thought I knew some stuff because I had traveled all over the country with the church, but I ain't know nothing about the streets for real. And I learned some valuable lessons. So leave these streets alone. Get married, like Carlton said, marry the word, not just read it, marry it, love it, get deep into it so it can be your compass and your moral guide in the future. Also, study what a Roth IRA account is and invest in it now and let that grow. By the time you reach our ages, you'll be millionaires. No cap. As the kids say, no cap. You'll be a millionaire at 50 if you invest $50 a month into it for the next 20 years and let that grow interest. Invest your money. Don't be like now I'm 53 and I'm investing in different stocks and stuff now, hoping in 10 years that some of these bad boys, the Lord will bless these stocks and they pay off, but and also hustle. You got to keep hustling, period. But do it legally.
All right, Carlton, you done took your mic off and then you muted yourself, then you unmuted yourself, then you muted yourself again. So what you got for me?
No. I was just making sure I had the mute button because I didn't want to shout too loud over what Brother Brumbury was sharing. I think he was hitting the nail right on the head. So again, kudos.
Now, I think, excuse me, if I could get some guys in a room together, I would bring all three of you with me for y'all to say the same thing, because I think when it's shared from different aspects and from different people, it's not always the best thing to hear from one person. But when you got two, three, four people saying the same exact thing, evidently somebody's saying something right. Everybody can't be lying about the same thing now, especially if they saying it with the enthusiasm that y'all were just saying it. I also think that, like Pastor Carlton said, I love the righteous rev whenever he on here because he always hit me with something good. And like he said, hey, with all, man, just give it all to him. I know it's hard. I know you don't understand it. I know as a young man you might not understand what praying and fasting and meditating on his word mean. But if you just give it a 5-10 minutes a day, five to until it grows from 10 to 15, from 15 to 20, from 20 to 30, I think that you would understand a little bit more and more as you dig deeper and deeper, that God will start revealing some more stuff to y'all. So hey, I definitely piggyback on everything that everybody said, especially the investments, and especially the streets not loving them, especially treating women with respect, especially about, hey, if college ain't for you, there's other alternatives besides the streets.
I think,
Hey, Coach Jay, can I jump in on? Go ahead, Lo. I'm sorry.
yeah, I just real quick, man. I just want to say too, man. I think the stupidest thing you can say as a 17 to 21-year-old, or just a young person, or just a person, period. The stupidest thing you can say is, I need to learn this on my own. As opposed to not listening to somebody else who's been there, who's
but
walked that path.
but sometimes that hard knock life is for certain people, because certain
Don't
people
have
are just
to.
hard headed and they don't want to listen, so all they know is that hard knock.
Oh, no. That's different. Hard headedness is different from stubbornness. Saying that I don't want to, I'm not going to listen to you. All right, I'm just not going to listen. Hard headedness is just, I'm just going to do it my way.
You even have people fully grown that still live
That's
life
still
that way.
That's what I'm saying. I think because if you got elders or people who's older than you, who walk the path, who've done
wise
things,
counsel.
who've been there, you know the saying, been there, done that. If you have somebody telling you in your ear, hey man, it's going to be a ditch right up the way there. You need to go around that. You're like, oh shoot, man, I'm young, I can jump right over it. And you when you try to jump over, you jump right in it, just like we did.
Like, hey, just like Lo, say that again, just
Just,
like we did.
just like we did. And I'm telling you, man, hey man, hey, it's a ditch up there. You better walk around this.
I'm straight, I'm
Don't try.
good. I'm
Yeah,
straight, I'm
right.
good.
So that's the
Hey
craziest
man,
thing, man.
That's
history
you.
repeats
That's
itself.
you. Hey, that's you. I ain't gonna do that and do the
Right.
same thing. Hey, and then do it worse than we did it.
But Coach Jay, another thing that I would share, and it was alluded to, but I definitely want to go ahead and hit that nail right on the head. I think Brother Brumby, you kind of touched on it about these streets. Um, don't ignore what your eyes are showing you. All too often, we like to try to rationalize things that we see that we know are not right, and yet we continue want to stay in there. And I oftentimes tell people what pain really is. What pain really is the brain sending a signal down the spinal cord to a particular area of your body that you are causing injury. And what you need to do is stop the pain before it becomes something worse than what it really is. And all too often we go through life with our eyes wide open, but because we're so googly eyed, we won't ignore what our eyes are showing us. So I would share with the young persons in the late teens and their early 20s, don't ignore what your eyes are showing you.
Good stuff, man. So, Lo, did you see that question that just popped up? Oh, there it go again. So, okay, everybody see it? So, fellas, you go to meet your new lady's family and see that, what's that? That
Yes,
went on a
baby, you went
couple's
a
date
couple of
with
days.
her sister. Oh, so you dated her sister and didn't know it.
Didn't
So
know
what's
it.
next? I'm gonna let
Well, you know,
hey, watch this. Hey, watch this. Hey, Carlton, I'm gonna let Ron answer that one first.
I was gonna say, let Ron answer that one. You know,
I'm
I'm
so
gonna let
glad you
Ron
didn't
answer
come to me.
that.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You did not come to me with that one.
We gonna let Ron answer that one. Hey, Ron. So you meet a new lady. Y'all dating. You have fun. Y'all been on a couple of dates. Y'all been kicking it let's say 2 months. She say, "Hey, my family want to meet you." You say, "Cool." You walk in the door. You look to the left. It's her older sister that you used to kick it with. Let's say y'all dated a year ago, but you never met her. You never met that sister. What do you do? And why? Low, don't laugh. You next.
hey man, I was just looking at Ron, man.
He say, look at Ron.
nah,
Ron like,
man. I,
Ron said, I need some juice, some milk, some something.
no, to be honest, for me, that probably never happened to me because my grandfather was a player. And anything that I always ask multiple questions before we even get that far because I got to first make sure we ain't related somehow. Because I done found out especially living here, I'm related to some of everybody. And so I just ask questions to find out first. I mean, if I dated the older sister a year or so ago, I probably gonna already know who her family is because that's just me. But in that scenario, man, what can you do? You already at the house. You might as well just come clean. Like, listen, I didn't know that was your sister, but man, your sister kicked it about a year ago. Prayerfully and hopefully you was able to abstain and you ain't went that far. But if you have gone that far, the best thing to do is be like, look, I dated your sister, it didn't work out. I like you and all that, but I'm not gonna put you in an awkward situation or myself or your sister or the family. You know, and I may ask to just excuse myself from the whole event because ain't no point everybody be sitting there looking uncomfortable. There's no way around this scenario whatsoever. I don't see no positive outcome in this whole thing.
Yeah, I don't, I wouldn't even mess with that one, man. I, I don't even. No, that's crazy. Um, yeah, I couldn't continue on dating the younger sister or the sister, other sister, I should say, if I've dated her older sister. And I guess it really all depends on how things ended with us. Where if it ended on bad terms, and I really couldn't continue on dating the other sister, but even on ended on good terms, it ended for a reason. So um, I couldn't mess with that one. No, I couldn't continue on with that personally. I bet Carlton, I guess you ain't gonna say nothing, huh?
Well, hey, I didn't know if Coach Jay was going to jump back in this thing, but I think I would have to go along with what the other fellas have shared as well. That would be a real awkward situation. However, it really would beg me to flip the question back to the individual who posed the question. And that means what type of conversation have the two of you had up to this point that you would want to bring someone to your family, and this person doesn't even have an awareness of who some of the family members are? And so I think that's a fair question as well, especially if you're dating someone. I would think one of the common questions would be, do you have any siblings?
Well, the whole thing is, and forgive my absence for a hot second. uh, Do you know everybody's family members once you start dating? Because I know there's outside family, there's families you don't kick it with no more. Was this well? Okay, Carlton, I get it. Because
But the
why
question
why why don't you
was
know the sister?
sister.
Why don't you know the sister?
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. The
It
sister.
wasn't
It's not a
cousins or
cousin. Yeah, this
aunties or
auntie.
nieces, or it was sister. That is
Well,
a
And
that does
in the
that.
world of social media, in this world of social media, it's kind of hard not to know who somebody's family is. You just go through a picture. And your sisters and you got a picture of your sister on your page or something. Okay, that's very rare.
Well, I mean, it
But
could be a
probably in
stepsister. One of them daddy maybes. Mom, it might be a mama's maybe. Who knows? We don't know. Shoot. Low.
stepsister
I
is
ain't like.
different.
Hey, Low, stop laughing at me. But I'm just okay. Okay, so let's switch the question up. If it was a cousin instead of a sister, and you dated this girl, let's say you dated this girl, did a long distance relationship. Social media now, you can be in Texas and date somebody in Connecticut. So let's say you did the long distance relationship with somebody. She winds up moving to your city, and you didn't know that you dated her cousin 2 years ago. What do
I
you do?
think that I think that's more than fair. When you become aware, you just go ahead and you own it. You own it, and the two of you, the person whom you're dating, need to have an adult conversation. And when you had that adult conversation, make a decision.
So how are you at the party? So let's say it's a party. You walk in, you look to the left, she's standing there. Y'all ain't got no blood in that like that. But she's standing there. How was that? Lo, I know you cool, Lo. I know you cool. But what's the tempo? What's the atmosphere? What's going through your mind? But matter of fact, what's the mind of a man? What's going through your mind at that moment? Carlton, what's going through your mind at that moment? You look left and you see her.
You see
Be
that? You see why
cool,
you
be
used to date?
cool, pull your lady to the side and just be like, yo, look, I need to let you know, boom, boom, boom. This happened 2 years ago, 3 years ago, before you and I were ever on the scene, and you never mentioned her to me. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm okay. So I guess I need some clarity on the question because are you talking about? You said the cousin, standing off to the side. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying you dating a young lady, and
Right.
off to the side is her cousin that you used to date. Let's say we
Right.
Carlton will say 2 years ago. You dated her long distance, y'all, da da da, whatever.
Right.
Cousin here for the party. Now you dating her. You look to the left. The cousin that you used to talk to 2 years ago is standing there, you know, with the family laughing and joking. What's your demeanor? What's going through your mind?
Well, I think the first thing that I would do is go over to the cousins. We're like, "What you doing here?" You know, what's going on? How you here? And then she tell me like, "Hey, this is my cousin. I come, kick it with her." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, hey, just to let you know that I'm kicking it with your cousin now." All right, so I know things didn't work out between me and you, but hey, I'm gonna be upfront with old girl because I don't want no smoke, I don't want no static from nobody. So, hey, me and you, we still cool, right? Let's get that straight. We still cool. Don't be making things difficult for me because hey, you like you were saying.
Hey
So
Carlton, I don't know if you heard him, but he said he'll go over to the cousin and say, "What you doing here?"
hey,
Who invited you to this
hey,
party?
right, right.
Last I knew, you stayed in Texas. Hey, this Detroit.
but and one of the best things that you can do in crisis management is snatch the teeth from the lion so the lion cannot devour you. How do you do
Hey,
that?
Lo.
Put it all on the table. Just
Hey,
say,
Lo.
Yep.
look,
Wait,
this happened 2, 3 years ago. It is what it is. The ball's in your court. If this makes you uncomfortable, I know how to make my exit. We can still be cool. But what we're not gonna do is continue to relitigate something that happened before you and I ever became. That
Hey,
so
Lo.
we're gonna address it and deal
I
with
want
it
no
here.
smoke.
Hey, Lo.
Be
I
cool.
love Carlton, man, because he come with that cool pastoral counseling answer for you all the time. Hey, I'm gonna say this. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
but
say this.
I ain't that cool. I'm like, look, hey, I want no smoke from you. All right.
I'm gonna say,
I,
I'm
I
gonna say
wouldn't
this.
even have
Pause
thought
for
of, I
color.
wouldn't even have thought of relitigate. I
hey,
mean,
hey, Ron. Hey, Ron, I'm about to hit you with the related game.
because I
Hey,
mean, personally, I'm gonna see her in there. My first reaction is probably gonna be like this, like, and then I'm gonna have to just be like, look, your cousin over there, right? Man, I kicked it a couple of years ago. And then I'm explaining what we ain't crossed the line. It was long distance, whatever. This was before you. I'm with you now. I mean, if you want to still kick it with me, cool. If you want to end it
Ron,
and remain friends, I understand.
Ron, you gotta hit her with the litigate, man. Come on, man. You gotta hit
Man,
her with
that
them
ain't coming out
words,
my
man.
mind, bro. I'm getting ready to tell you the truth. Like, I'm from the hood. My first reaction probably is I'm gonna need to give me some libations before I even talk to either one of them because I don't know how I'm gonna deal with this.
I'm gonna say this. I'm put this on the table. I hope y'all agree with me. Coach E, I know you ain't too far. These four right here that you see on the screen have to come back the next time we do Mind of a Man. It has to be these four people that you see right here on the screen because I got to get Carlton because Carlton's going to get me with that real educated answer. And then everybody else is going to pick at his answer and be like, I like that word. I don't know what that word means, but I like how it sounded in a sentence. But I'm not going to
Hey,
use it.
we gonna get me and Ryan gonna give you the hood answer.
And see, they gonna give you the
I'm gonna
sophisticated
hit you
hood
with a
answer.
velvet glove, but believe me, there's some steel or some brass knuckles behind that glove. Or I'm gonna hit you,
He gonna
but
hit
it's
you with
gonna
that
be
one
with a
mic glove.
velvet glove.
But so let me ask you a question. Mind of a man. Y'all on a blind date. Your cousin, your clergy member, whoever hooked you up with somebody, and they said she's a wonderful woman. They ain't let you see the Facebook page. They said, hey, we're just gonna hook you up, and they came to your church. She had them come to your church before the whole Facebook thing. Y'all, you agreed to go on a date, and she is ugly. I'm talking about she ain't beautiful nowhere. She's fugly. That means like like she got a Kermit the Frog face and a Miss Piggy body.
Lord, have mercy.
With some pumpkin teeth. Okay. Okay. Let me dial it back because I'm getting some flack. I apologize. She's not your taste. She's not your speed. She's not what you are attracted to. She has a good personality, Lo. That hits you with the good personality over and over and over and over and over and over. What do you do in this situation? Just the mind of a man. So they
Can I
want
ask
to
one
know what do you
question?
do? Go
Can
ahead.
I ask one question? Was I preaching this day or was I just
Yes,
in the service?
yes, you was
I
preaching,
preached that day.
and y'all had to preach. Yep, and y'all preached. And
Lord have mercy.
she's not ugly, Carlton. She's not ugly. She's just not your taste.
She's
But she's a
facially
good woman.
challenged.
You know what, Ron? Mute your mic. She, she's not your speed. She's not your size that you like, but she's a good person, good job, great benefits. She's actually helped the church out in some aspect or another. Like, she's a assistant, something, something, whatever. She's very clerical, whatever. Amazing, just not your speed. But you already said that you was gonna go on this blind date with her, and you just got finished preaching, Ron. What do you do in this situation?
First of all, whoever set this date up, we're no longer friends.
Hold on, Ron. Hold on. You broke up. Take one
Come
for the
back.
team. Kim said take one for the team. We gonna go on a date. We just asking what type of date. Oh, I'm hollering. We gonna go on a date. But what's going through your mind on this date? Like, are you on it or are you just there? You know, your body's here with me, but your mind is on the other side of town.
Somebody messing me around.
We not okay. Low. I'm gonna wait for Carlton. I'm trying to let Carlton get all his encyclopedia and dictionary words together so he can hit us real quick. Low. This is look. You just got finished preaching. You ain't married. You had no kids. They say she a good woman. She got a good personality too. You gonna like her. She right up your alley, and she's about 2 cities over. But where you at, Lo?
Well, if they truly my friend, then they already know what I like. So I hope that uh, they've been paying attention to me and what and my needs and who I truly and what type of woman I truly like. Now, I know we laughing and we paint this scenario as dire as it seems, or daunting as far as the looks is concerned. But the truth of the matter is, we know that the package has nothing to do with the person. So we want to keep that in mind. And like I said earlier, in talking to my 18-year-old self, you always have to respect women. It doesn't matter, who what they look like or whatever it is. You have to be respectful, to women, to people. And so I would go out on the date with her. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But I just know that if this person that's making this connection or trying to be Chuck Woolery and being the love connection guru, then I would hope that they would understand who I am and what I like. So that's all I got for you, man. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Righteous Rev. Come on, Encyclopedia Britannica.
Well. First of all, I think that is a really good question, and I think inevitably, at some point in all of our lives, we're going to find ourselves in a situation like that. Number one, as Lo was kind of hinting at, is remember this is still a person who you're dealing with. It's a human being, but also you should not make any apologies for what you are attracted to or who you are attracted to. And so if you are not attracted to this individual, yes, take the date. Take the date because it was arranged, it was set up, you agreed. Clearly you agreed. You both agreed. But then you also must be careful with the type language that you use while engaging with this young lady so that you do not give any type of false hope that there could potentially be something else.
Come
And
on,
then
Rev.
if this individual continues to press, where is this going or what is, where do we stand? Be very clear and let it be known in a very respectful way. If she's a grown woman and it will be for the better in the long run to not play games and just be like, listen, I enjoyed the meal. I've enjoyed the conversation. However, you and I we are not aligned in this area. And you don't have to give reasons or justify. Just leave it where it is and move on. And if she's a big girl, when I say big girl, I mean as far as mature enough, not in size, but if she's a big girl and mature enough, the two of you can still be friends. You can still, hang out or whatever, but we have clarity. We ain't dating. I ain't attracted to you.
All right. Thanks for everybody tuning in, man. You guys could have been anywhere else doing something else with somebody else, man. But we are glad that you took the time to come and chill with us on Mind of a Man. I got my boy Lo, my big brother Lo. I got the Pastor Ron and the past. I want to call him Encyclopedia Britannica Bishop, right? Rev, right? Rev Carlton, but I just want to thank y'all, man, from me, you, and the Trinity, from myself, man. Thank y'all for being here, man. We're gonna hit this next question real quick. It says, "Will a man accept a woman who has everything but looks?"
No.
And why is that bad that we don't? If we don't want, because men are visual creatures. We are visual creatures, man. We're visual. We like the arm candy. Hey, let's just be real, okay? You want to get into our minds? That's what we're thinking. We like eye candy. We like what we like, and we want our women to look good. Really. So
we want our woman to look good, so much so to the point that if we know that we're really feeling each other, we don't mind even spending the money so that she can do whatever she has to do to keep herself up to the standard that we want her to be at as well.
That's all
absolutely.
I wanted somebody. But see, this is the thing though. Why do women feel like that's wrong for us to feel that way? When they feel the same exact way, they just don't express it the way we do.
That's what I'm saying. Go ahead,
They
Ron.
They do feel it. Some of them do express it. This is the reason why a lot of them are still single, because a good man with all the credentials that they want came along, but he was too short, too fat, too this, too that. And then when we say that, we dead wrong for saying it. Let's keep it 100.
Women will date the ugly man. Wait, hold on. Did y'all see that though? Y'all see the comment?
I'm gonna get that one right there. I'm gonna get that.
You know
Go ahead and finish.
Women would date an ugly man, but that's your prerogative. That's what you wanted to do.
Exactly. I'm not against. Now let me say this: I'm not against the bigger woman. I'm not. I'm attracted to them, but at the same time, I'm not gonna be with one that look like she can eat a whole box of Twinkies and then try to put on a pair of leggings 2 sizes too small. I'm not gonna do it. You're gonna have to match my level of dress and look. You don't have to be the finest thing in the world, because I'm not looking for Halle Berry. Because you can be Halle Berry and have a mindset of Medusa.
Hey, E, put that comment back up again, E, if you can, please. But
and please bat it back this way, because I got something to say about that.
Carlton, go ahead.
Yeah. A woman will date, what was it? Women will date an ugly man. First of all, let's get something straight. And we can sit up here and we can try to be politically correct, this, that, and the other.
Like Lo was with last answer.
There are two things that most women really look for. Okay. And I know that's a bold declarative statement right there. Some women will be like, you don't know what's in a woman's mind. You may be correct, but what my experience has been is you're looking for provision and you're looking for security. And if that brother has the ability to be able to provide you with provision and security, yeah, you may be willing to kind of look the other way slightly on some things. But we cannot dismiss the impact that looks have when two people first come into contact with each other. And that's the bottom line.
That's right.
And don't nobody want to be with no one when the lights go out. Well, although the lights are out, you feel you got to put a paper bag over their face because they're too ugly to look at.
Wait, hold on, wait. Did y'all see the other? Did y'all see the other comment? Yeah,
Yeah, we
Physical
saw
attraction is mandatory.
yeah. There you go. Say that
yeah.
again, Ron.
Physical attraction by TMJ is mandatory.
That's right.
Yes or no,
Yeah, yes.
Of course.
Carlton? Is physical attraction mandatory, Carlton?
Physical
You
You're
muted.
muted. You're muted.
physical attraction is mandatory. I don't want to date no ugly woman. I don't want to date no woman who I am not happy to be seen with. That's just the bottom line. I don't care how
And
nice you are. I don't care how generous you are. And I know ugly is a very subjective and a suggestive type word as well. You know, beauty is within the eye of the beholder. Okay. You know what you like, and you shouldn't apologize for what you like.
exactly. Exactly.
That's the bottom line. So I can say it the politically correct way. As I said when I first made the comment, we should not apologize for who and what we like. Period.
You can't compromise because, like you said, you don't want to put a paper bag over their face. You don't want to go somewhere and your friends and okay. I said this to my friends before. I said this to my friend before when we was out in the world. Take your girl, let your girl go to the club and go with her girlfriends. And if nobody approaches her, you might want to reconsider because
Yep.
alcohol make anybody look good. And so and I mean, I said it in a joking way, but I was kind of serious. I mean, no man, honest to God truth, no man wants a woman that no other man will find attractive,
That's right.
doesn't find attractive. And if you got a woman that is attractive and men try to holler at her, that's a compliment to the fella that she's with. Ain't no point getting jealous and want to beat up people because your girl look good. Ain't that part of the reason why you chose her? Because she look good?
Exactly.
Say that, sir. Say that, sir.
That's right.
And that's what I be trying to tell the young cats. If you got a good looking woman, if you can't handle the pressure of her being fine, then you might not want to try to date her.
Oh my. Oh my.
Right. That's right.
Old men too. Because old men just as silly too, bro. They just as crazy.
All right. So man, we gonna wrap this segment up. We coming back with us four. I promise that, Carlton. We gonna get with you. She gonna tell you when the next time we meeting. Please make yourself available. I'm
For
who?
sure. For
Oh,
sure. I look
flabbergasted.
forward to it.
Ron, we gonna come back to
Hey,
you. Please make yourself available. Low, you know good and well. We gotta hook up anyway, man, since we in the D, but we gonna
what's up?
come back to you. We gonna do this whole thing. It's gonna be us four. They gonna get our minds. We gonna ask some questions from the ladies from the girl group. Hey girl, hey, just gonna give us some questions. And they could I know after this one they wanna know some more stuff about what's on our minds. So we gonna dig into their minds and see what they wanna know, but we're gonna head out of here. So our last
Hey,
thing
real
I
quick.
want to go through. Go ahead.
Real quick. I just want to shout out to my man, one of our panelists, Victor Patterson, man. Like he just got engaged this weekend or whatever. So
He
man,
Yeah,
saying that
yeah.
too. Yeah.
congratulations to him, man. And I'll be hollering at you, Vic, man. So look for that phone call.
Congratulations. Ron getting married next year. To God be the glory, you know. Um
Don't put him out
Bruh.
on blast like that, man.
Nah, man, because I'm going to blast him too, because this dude put 2054. He
bro,
believe
it's
in
a
God.
song. It's
He
a
believe in
song.
God for his wife in 2054.
It's a song, bro.
Nah, bro.
Anyway.
I clown that.
Anyway, man, before we get out of here, Pastor Carlton, any last words you want to leave to the people that has been viewing us, watching us, man, from off the top of your head, whatever your mind is thinking about on this day?
If you joined into this broadcast late, do yourself a big favor. Go back and watch it from the beginning. God bless.
Ron?
Be intentional. Whatever you do, be intentional.
Low.
Hey, continue to love God and love God's people. We out here, everybody's struggling with something. So make sure you spread some type of love to someone on today, because we be an encouragement to somebody. You know, I always tell people, if you're a believer in God, we are the only Bible that people will ever read. We're the only Jesus they'll ever see. So we got to do it right, and we got to be right. So God bless you guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Once again, man, you have just witnessed Mind of a Man. I'm going to say part 1. Tune in for part 2, where it's going to be some shenanigans all over again. We're gonna get some questions. We're going to answer some questions. We might even have one of the ladies pop in and ask us a question, man. We never know how we do it, man. But this is Coach J Hart. Look at Coach E. He didn't pop her tail back into Coach E. Thank you. We love you. For Pastor C, Pastor Ron, Pastor Lowe, I am Coach J Hart, man. Thank y'all for being here. We love you, and we are out of here.
God bless you guys.